Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Hope everyone had a wonderful, wonderful Yontif. And on such a high, we're at such a high from the Simchas HaChag, from the wonderful month of Tishrei that we have in front of us, and now we start to retreat to the regular schedule of life. So one small idea, which I perhaps have said before, but I think is worth repeating, and that is the month of Tishrei is so full of amazing, amazing Chagim. But it's interesting, it's noteworthy. We become so built by Rosh Hashanah, the mitzvah of shofar, and the intensity of the day. Then we go to Yom Kippurim, which is like all day shul. Such an intense day, which we so easily tap into. Chag HaSukkos, we have 7 days of mitzvahs, and we're living mitzvahs. It's like an application of the spirituality that we achieved Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur. Now we apply it in our day-to-day lives. Mitzvahs, mitzvahs, mitzvahs. And we live in the sukkah, and we're taking Arba Minim, and it's an opportunity to totally channel that spiritual high into the Shmiras HaMitzvahs. It's interesting, as we get to Shmini Atzeres, Simchas Torah, all of a sudden, no more mitzvahs. It is just, has a Kedushas Hayom, it's an Isser Malacha, but no more mitzvahs. In other words, we're kind of ratcheting down, we're easing back into regular life, and perhaps no coincidence, we're slowly making our way back, and certainly we celebrate that normalcy, that regularity that we're moving into through a celebration of Torah, because a person wants to really tap in, really connect, really handle his regularity in a strong way. It's got to be accompanied by the compass that is Torah Hashem. So we celebrate our relationship with Torah Hashem on Shmini Atzeres. No more lulav, no more sukkah, just us and Torah. And then the day after Shmini Atzeres comes, I'm talking about Eretz Yisrael, there's only one day. And then we have something called Isru Chag. We are still basking in the glow of the amazing, amazing Yontif. And our tefillos are slightly altered, but now there's a Heter Malacha. And then we have another week of Tishrei where we're still basking in that glow, but the tefillos are essentially the same. Yeah, we're going to have one more week of no Tachanan. We can celebrate that, but we're basically getting back to normal. And then we have Chodesh Cheshvan, which is a regular, plain, old month. The only plain month where nothing special is going on. And perhaps the Tishrei Cheshvan juxtaposition, and perhaps the receding intensity, mitzvahs, Torah, Isru Chag, last week of Tishrei, is slowly the halacha, the Chag, the Ribono Shalom is slowly holding our hands and saying, okay, it's time to get back to normal. But normal has to be infused with the power of Chodesh Tishrei. We energize ourselves into Chodesh Tishrei in order to make our Chodesh Cheshvan also meaningful. Because at the end of the day, life is about the regular, ordinary, day-to-day. That's what it's really all about. And sometimes we can get stuck in that rut. So the Chodesh Tishrei inspires, but then the mission is to take the inspiration and bring it into our day-to-day. And isn't this everything in life? Shabbos is to inspire, is the Yom Shekulo Tov, the Me'ein Olam Haba, but then we're supposed to, Chazal tell us, take from Havdalah, the wine of Havdalah, and bring that into our week. We go ahead and spill over our glass of Havdalah wine to spill that into our week. When a young couple gets married, the chasna is full of inspiration, full of energy, full of excitement. But the real challenge is after Sheva Brachos. Now we get to the real work of the day-to-day. This is really perhaps the message of the Tishrei Cheshvan juxtaposition, something we need to really think about and really take hold of, because to really make our day-to-day meaningful, which it is, it's so meaningful. It's so exciting, but we have to sometimes draw from that energy and profundity of the busy into the ordinary. That's one thought. I wanted to share one other thought. I get asked all the time by young men, sometimes young women, when do I know that I'm ready to get married? So I'm looking at Parshas Bereshit, and a thought and insight that emerges from the parsha is that Hashem tells Adam that it's lo tov. It's not good that he's by himself. E'eselo ezer kenegdo. He needs an ezer kenegdo. Pasuk Yidches of Perek Beis. Vayom Hashem al Elokim lo tov yos adam levado esel ezer kenegdo. Adam needs a helpmate. So I'm waiting the next pasuk that we should have the creation of Chava, but that pasuk is interrupted. Pasuk Yitches, the next pasuk says, "Vayitz Hashem Elokim min adama kol chayat hasadeh." Hashem creates all the animals. Let's call off Hashemayim v'yavei el ha'adam lir'os ma yikrolo. And he brings all the animal kingdom to Adam to see what he's going to call them. V'chol asher yikrolo Adam nefesh chayav hu shemo. He names them. Ula Adam lo matzah ezer kenegdo. So the pasuk is implying that Hashem creates the animals, he presents them to Adam, name them. Chazal even say there was some level of intimacy he had with them, and he sees there's something incompatible. So what's his feeling right now? His feeling is one of the most desperate and profound loneliness. All these animals, they have mates. They have someone, so to speak, they share their existence with. And I am lonely. I have no one. Only then do we find the pasuk says Vayapel Hashem Elokim Tardem Ala Adam Vayishan, and then his rib is taken and Chava is created. I think there's a profound message over here. It is so critical that a young man, young women too, but they realize how much would be missing in their lives without their spouses. So when a person's single, he feels at a certain age, 22, 23, today getting earlier, but he feels a loneliness. He feels like his life is incomplete. But how many people that are married 10, 20, 30 years have that feeling of like, I'm stuck? So realize, the pasuk is telling you not, on the contrary, appreciate your spouse. Appreciate what she's all about. Appreciate how amazing he or she is. They're truly amazing, and you'd be so empty without it. So Adam needed to feel that loneliness. A young bacher, a young girl, needs to feel like she's incomplete. And those of us who are blessedly married, appreciate that you are who you are because of your relation with your wife, your relation with your spouse. That's what makes you. You'd be desperately lonely, desperately alone, perhaps even miserable, and to appreciate what you have. That's what Adam was being told here. Appreciate what you're missing, what you don't have, so that when you do have that Ezer Kenegdo, you'll appreciate what you have. We should all be zocha to work on our shalom bayis, work on our energy and all the regular things in life. These two divrei Torah really connect, because if we bring energy to all these so-called mundane things of our lives, we'll realize there is nothing mundane whatsoever. It is all profound. It is all uplifting. It is all deep. And it is all meaningful. Have a wonderful Shabbos Kodesh.